research on clearing and forwarding. I've never done it. All my time in school, I never did such a research paper. And I found out that there's little journals which talk about clearing and forwarding. So it's an area which requires a lot of research. You'd find a lot being talked about. Even the history of clearing and forwarding is not clearly documented. You pick a few clips here on Google, they tell you it started in the times of 15,000 AD, people crossing borders, caravans doing this and this, but I couldn't find a journal or authority to speak, and I normally like to speak from authority of researchers when I'm speaking to esteemed people like you. However, I have decided today to talk about a few areas, and I did document them down here. It's my sincere honor and profound sense of humility that I'm before you speak in this remarkable occasion where a new leadership brick is laid on the strong wall of the Uganda Clearing Industry and Forwarding Association with a renewed focus and aspiration to journey with professionalism, integrity, and compliance. Allow me to congratulate the new leadership for earning the members' trust and confidence to be entrusted this noble role of steering the association for years to come. Like many times for the past over 40 years, UCIFA's existence and periodically, these functions are going to be expected and will continue in the future. From the little text that I saw two contradicting facts. In some write-up, UCIFA is said to have been established in 1971. In some other facts, UCIFA was established in 1983. The leadership will, I think, guide us on that. But those are the facts which are a little bit documented. And I'm saying that in these few minutes, allow me to share with you a few issues on leadership, professionalism, integrity, and compliance. On leadership. In his book, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, the renowned leadership author, John Maxwell, popularizes the notion which was coined from a Dr. Lee Roberson, that everything rises and falls on leadership. The measure of leadership and the bar has to be high, otherwise we fall. Those are my words. The measure of leadership and the bar has to be high, otherwise we fall. That's my statement. That's what I pick from that. If you lower the bar for leadership, you're risking your future. The bar for leadership should be so high that our future can be secure, because our future can only be secured by strong leadership. The merits and the parameters on which we have to measure leaders should never be compromised. They should be far there, because in them our future lies. Renowned Kuwait leadership scholar and author, Dr. Talek Al-Sawaidan, defines leadership as the act or role of moving people effectively rather than just holding title or managing tasks. Leaders don't manage tasks. That is management. Leaders move people from a point A to a point they have defined, which has to be very clearly defined. Otherwise, they can die in an ocean. My call to the leadership of UCIFA this time is that you rise up to the bar which has been measured to allow your seat in those offices. A call to leadership will necessitate you to take unpopular paths, sometimes make tough decisions, and sometimes you may bang some tables, and you'll be exposed, and you'll be subject to public scrutiny, because when you choose to lead, the public will scrutinize you, and you can't run out from that. There's no lower bar to scrutiny. But it's It's important that in all those circumstances, as long as you have always been pursuing the interests of the association, you will move with your head very high. Don't challenge criticism. Just measure up to that level. We have a captain here. There are times they say, I think they enter into some waves, but they will tell us. I think sometimes they tell us they don't actually, they just hit the waves and they go through it. Because I'm told sometimes avoiding creates issues. So what they have talked about here, having turbulence, sometimes they intentionally know there is a wind and it just hits it and goes through. So please don't avoid them, just go through them. On professionalism. Professionalism is judged by what is seen, not by the content held. Some people who have content think that content is professionalism. Professionalism is seen, is felt, is read in a document somebody has authored. The fact that you're a doctor does not mean that you're a professional. You can actually have the content of medicine, but ethically you fall on the ethical standards of a doctor. So